guys, welcome back to Beast Quest Series 20, Book 1, ZULOK the Winged Spirit. That's right guys, back with another awesome series of Beast Quest, and like always, in-depth story analysis and my overall thoughts on this epic adventure. Oh, I can't believe it, Series 20, almost done with the main series of Beast Quest, with just after this, 4 more series to go. Awesome, it's just mind-blowing. But yeah, like always, like I did say, in-depth story analysis and my overall thoughts on this epic adventure. So let's begin another series of Beast Quest. Tom has awoken. Something had disturbed him in the night, so he followed the source of a mysterious presence. It was a hooded figure. The figure was revealed to be Taladon. He told his son, Tom, I'm guessing Taladon is like a ghost type thing. He told his son that Tom must go to the Knight's Knoll, and Avantia is in great danger. When Taladon faded away, Tom tried to reach out to his father, but it only caused him to nearly be knocked off the roof. Luckily, Eleanor saved him, and they went to Daltek for his thoughts on Taladon's message. Daltek was concerned, and he was watching some mysterious lightning storms in the sky. Daltek explained this could be a sign that a rift had been created between the Isle of Ghosts. Tom questioned why he was never told of the Isle of Ghosts, and Daltek explained it's supposed to be kept a secret, even from the Circle of Wizards. It's the resting place of evil beasts. Tom wanted to go there to stop the danger that was coming to Avantia, but Daltek refused. It was too dangerous. So Tom and Eleanor decided if they couldn't go to the Isle of Ghosts, they would just head to the location of the Knight's Knoll, which was near a tomb of a great warrior. So, saddling Storm and racing through the wind, they got halfway before Tom decided to go on alone. And to his surprise, he encountered Beric. Tom spotted Beric, creating a portal to the Isle of Ghosts. When the two faced one another, Beric bragged how he would bring into Avantia ghost beasts so he could take over the kingdom. But Tom wouldn't allow this. He told Beric he can control the ghost beasts. And Beric's like, "You underestimate my power." Star Wars put right there. Before Beric could finish off Tom, Eleanor and Storm came to his rescue, forcing Beric to take a drastic risk. He leapt through the portal of the Isle of Ghosts, and the portal closed behind him. When Daltek showed up, Daltek informed them that Beric was now trapped there. However, Tom had a feeling that this was not over. The danger was still on its way. They spoke to Adaro about the matter, and Adaro said that only one person has made it back from the Isle of Ghosts. Only problem was that when they made it through, they died straight after. This person was a former master of the beasts. They were told not to risk his life. They were told not to risk Tom's life, as the kingdom needed the master of the beasts. But Tom, being the headstrong hero that he is, still plans to go through with this and head to the Isle of Ghosts with Eleanor. Of course he does. Tom and Eleanor had breakfast with Adaro and Daltek, and when Adaro had left, they convinced Daltek to help them go to the Isle of Ghosts. So Tom decided to use the Amulet of Avantia as a power source to help them get there. Once Tom had retrieved the amulet, the portal was made, and they leapt through, but Daltek didn't know where they were going to end up. Tom and Eleanor arrived at the Isle of Ghosts. At first, Tom seemed to be losing it. He saw Eleanor, dry as a husk, with no eyes. But then, when he came to, she was alright. Tom wondered, was this an illusion or a vision of the future? Then, later they spotted a figure in a cloak. Tom thought it was his dad, but Eleanor warned it might be a trick. So considering that they decided to follow, not go straight at him, but just follow in the back. However, after an avalanche, they seemed to have lost that figure and found another. It was Beric. They assumed he had caused the landslide. Then he was on his way to steal an egg from a beast in hopes to enrage the parent. It worked, and the beast known as ZULOK had charged right at Beric, only to fall into one of Beric's magical nets when he pulled out a dagger and explained if I killed this beast, I would get a key from it. He would get a key to a portal to bring through a beast army to Avantia. So his plan is to kill this beast, ZULOK, and with it, he can get a key from it, which will unlock a portal so he can escape this realm and bring in his army of beasts. Okay? I should mention Tom's golden armor powers don't seem to be working in this realm. Tom stopped Beric before he could kill ZULOK. Now I'm going to assume ZULOK is a female, because otherwise we have to come to the conclusion that there are two of these beasts, and rarely is that the case. So with this theory in mind, I'm saying ZULOK is a female. ZULOK may be trapped in the net, but she used Beric's own net against him, tangling up in his ankle, and then dragging him off a cliff to kill them both. Tom tried to save Beric despite how bad he was, but it was too much weight. It didn't seem his power was working. Tom saved Beric, while ZULOK plummeted off the cliff. Of course, that didn't stop her, but Tom tried to convince ZULOK they were going to return her egg. However, Eleanor tried to do so, and it ended up broke, which enraged ZULOK and prepared herself to attack. ZULOK came in after a fierce scuffle. Tom knocked ZULOK out, but Beric had regained his dagger and was planning to kill ZULOK again. Only Eleanor had stopped him, allowing Tom to have a second chance at ZULOK. Only this time ZULOK revealed her true power, as she fully opened her wingspan in front of Tom, revealing two large eyes on her wings, blinding Tom's vision. Tom wondered, without his vision, how could he win, when Taladon called out to Tom to remind him of a sparring game from the past called Blind Knights. Tom assumed Taladon was trying to tell him to fight blind to defeat ZULOK. Tom managed to fight off ZULOK with the aid of his father's spirit, and with that inner strength Tom overpowered ZULOK, defeating her. But when he opened his eyes, he realized he had harmed her. Then the chick was revealed to be okay. So when the egg broke, she wasn't dead, she just escaped the eggshell. When Tom went to heal ZULOK, she refused to allow him to do it, and just took her chick and flew off, despite having a damaged wing. She did leave behind a key, possibly the key that Beric was referring to. However, Beric had vanished, but then they had spotted the figure in the cloak from earlier, and it was revealed to be a vision of Malvel. He looked even more scarier than ever, and he claimed that they had fallen into his world now, and he planned to keep them here to get his revenge. Tom and Eleanor put together that Beric was working with Malvel all along, after his previous master turned on him, so now the danger just got worse. Malvel being the figure in the cloak I saw coming. It reminds me of Cobra, who was pretending to be a mysterious character until his reveal. I do like Malvel going back to the ghost beasts, as it is said before they are the most powerful beasts of Malvel's army. Only what's weird is they say the Isle of Ghosts is a place to contain evil beasts, and yet ZULOK was more of a good beast than an evil one, because she was only defending her egg. So that's weird. But yeah, guys, there's ZULOK. Overall, I do like this book. Great setup for Series 20. Overall, I think I did a good job of reading the analysis. A few scuffles here and there, but nothing too major. I do like a lot of things in this book, so let's go over the characters real quick and see what we got. Tom, still brave hero that he is. Once again, it seems that he's grown a spiritual connection with his father this series, I should say. So that's an interesting ploy. I do like that he's starting to grow a spiritual connection. I think it started... I don't know when it started happening, but he's got this new ability to speak with his father beyond the grave. It's really interesting. And it happened when Malvel shows up, which is ironic because that's the same series that Taladon died, ironically. Anyway though, other than that, Tom is still a good headstrong hero. I do like the ending where he uses his blind sight thing to beat the beast. Very awesome there. And then you've got Eleanor, she did get shafted this book because she was used to, like, I'm going to help Tom out, save his life here, and then I'm going to help out and distract Beric here. So she's kind of shafted this book. Storm gets a cameo, kind of gets a little act to do. I feel bad for Silver not getting involved, but oh well. But once again, once Storm's done his thing, they take him out like, of course, they're doing nowadays. They remove Storm and Silver a lot. And then you've got Beric himself coming back. I do like Beric coming back because he's a new character. I haven't seen much about him, and I get to learn more about Beric. He seems a very interesting character. So he does, no matter what evil force there is, he'll go for it. But I feel like he's kind of taking a big risky move because his last boss stabbed him in the back. So, and now you're going to work for someone else. Kind of a risky move. I am questioning how Malvel was able to contact Beric, but that's another thing in its own right. And then you've got ZULOK, again, a good beast. As you can tell, only a mother protecting its young. And the whole subplot with the Ek is very interesting. The whole plot with that ghost beasts in this world contain a key inside them. And if you get a key, you can open a portal to the other world, which is the main world. This is the ghost realm, and then you've got Avanti and all the other kingdoms. So, yeah. So that's how it works, you know, you can open up a portal to whatever kingdom you want to go to. But the ghost beasts this series don't have ghost forms, it appears to be. They just have special powers like any other beast does. Speaking of Zulok's special ability to blind the eye, other than the blinding thing with the eye wingspan, that's all there is to her. She hasn't got nothing much. I mean, you could say she has like powerful wings that blow her back, but it's nothing as special as other beasts. That's pretty much it for the characters, really, and overall thoughts. Overall, though, ZULOK is a great starter book. A nice setup. I do like that Malvel is back, and it seems that he's more creepy than ever. You got Taladon, mysteriously, spiritually still connecting with Tom. And then there's this weird thing. First of all, they shaft the golden armor powers don't work. And then later on, they do. I'm like, why would you establish they don't work, then later you do? They either do or they don't. I don't understand that. Maybe it's something to do with the Amulet of Avantia. I have no idea. But there's enough questions and stuff that I'm excited for more. But there it is, guys. My thoughts on ZULOK. I can't compare it to any books recently because it's the first one in the series. But ZULOK the Winged Spirit, a lovely starter book and a great one to pick out. And next time on Beast Quest, we'll be carrying on with the awesomeness of beasts. Let's see who's up next, because I don't have the book with me right now, but let's see who's up next. I'll just grab the book like so, and it is, SKALIX, the Snapping Horror. Till next time, boys. Next time, guys. Peace. Hey, guys. Welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 20, Book 2, SKALIX, the Snapping Horror. So like always, guys, my in-depth story analysis and then my overall thoughts on this epic adventure. So without further ado, let's begin this book. Tom and Eleanor were still shocked. Their old enemy Malvel was back, as a ghostly form. As they made their way to find Beric, they couldn't forget the fight that ensued, and the mysterious key they had acquired from ZULOK. Eventually they were greeted by Taladon's spirit, who explained that they would only need to put the key in contact with the Amulet of Avantia. Only then would a portal open to their way home. Taladon also explained that the amulet would also lead them to Beric, with that being said, Taladon had to go, because it was not natural for spirits to encounter the living for so long, apparently. Which explains why Malvel didn't kill Tom while he had the chance. That and he's a ghost. Lol. Tom and Eleanor walked on even further until coming across a river with a boat, and since our heroes were following Beric's trail, they assumed he was nearby. They took the boat, bumped into something, and then later Tom fell overboard and began drowning. He fell over the boat and was being pulled under by the spirits of victims who had also been drowned by the river's waters. At first, Tom fought it, but then he began to drop his guard and allow the spirits to drag him down. Tom was dragged out by Eleanor, but Tom had lost his memories. He saw Eleanor as an enemy and tried to desperately go back under the water, which forced Eleanor to knock him out. Tom had entered a nightmare of Malvel controlling every beast Tom had encountered. Luckily, the fright was so great it not only snapped Tom back to reality, but also returned his memories. Eleanor informed him the river's water had the power to erase memories. It appeared the Isle of Ghosts was a more deadly place than they expected. Tom and Eleanor ventured forth and soon heard Malvel and Beric approaching. They quickly hid in the trees and overheard their conversation, saying how Beric was the best apprentice he had ever had. But Tom could see what Beric couldn't see. Malvel was absorbing the life force from Beric to restore his own. It is funny because Beric goes on to say Petra and Seth weren't worthy of Malvel's approval. But to be honest, while the henchmen had failed, it was Malvel who turned on both of them. And Beric is no exception. He's taking the chance of life straight when he gets it. But yeah, our heroes confronted the two, and Beric straight started to fight. Tom tried to tell Beric that his life force was being strained by his master, but Malvel denied it, of course. Beric was still having doubts, and Malvel had it up to here with Beric's blunder, so he summoned the evil beast known as SKALIX, while Malvel made his retreat. Tom begged Beric to free him from his spell so he could protect them from SKALIX, but Beric was too scared to do anything. Eventually, though, our hero did get free, and he tried to fight off against SKALIX and his powerful club-swinging tail, while Eleanor fought off Beric. Tom was getting the second wind with SKALIX. The snapping horror may have been tougher than Tom, but his tail swing was hard to control, and at times would make him lose balance, which is what caught SKALIX's tail in between some trees. Tom leapt on SKALIX and stabbed his eye, but Tom spotted Eleanor losing her fight. He tried to help her, only to have SKALIX send some trees crashing down upon Tom's legs, completely breaking them. What now? So SKALIX is part croc and part Ankylosaurus, which is a dinosaur if you don't know. So now you got Tom trapped. Tom used his inner strength and managed to loosen the tree. He grabbed a sharp twig and jammed into SKALIX's eye. Yeah, he grabbed a twig and jammed it into SKALIX's eye. Then he healed his legs with Score's token, then went to rescue Eleanor. He knocked Beric out cold, and then, with Eleanor okay, they decided to open a portal to Avantia. They threw Beric in, but before they could join him, SKALIX pulled Tom away from the portal. Eleanor, refusing to leave Tom, tried to help, but doing this didn't give them time to go into the portal, and now it was closed. Our heroes were stuck with SKALIX. SKALIX was gonna go for Tom, but Eleanor distracted the beast. Tom jammed his shield into SKALIX's mouth, but all that did was toss Tom off, leaving the shield stuck there. Eleanor lost her balance, so Tom went to save her, chopping off SKALIX's club-like tail. This made SKALIX mad and go after Tom. Before SKALIX could kill Tom, he was finally beaten with a simple conk on the head from his own tail, which Eleanor had used as a weapon. This was enough to kill SKALIX and get a scale from his body. When Tom went to retrieve his boots, Malvel appeared. He was almost whole again, thanks to Beric, and he planned to get the remaining life energy from Tom. Malvel swiped the hand of Avantia from them and was forced to make a retreat when Eleanor stepped in. Tom, not wanting Malvel to go to Avantia, destroyed the scale token, which would have created a portal to Avantia. Now our heroes had to stop Malvel before he got a key, otherwise he would return to Avantia once more. But yeah guys, there's my overall thought, well there's the analysis of SKALIX. And now for my character analysis and my overall thoughts. Starting off with Tom, another good book for Tom. Of course he doesn't want Malvel to come back, more connections with his father of course. I think I did the analysis actually pretty well before I go into Tom any further. The analysis, like always, there's a few scuffles here and there, but nothing too major. But yeah, I do like the connections with Tom, with Antaladon in this book. Very well handled. Tom not wanting Malvel to come back, and he actually does try to reason with Beric to try and tell him that Malvel is using him. So there's some stuff there for Tom. Not as much as I would like, but there's something going on for him in this book. Eleanor, oh yeah, she gets more to do than Tom, I think. She does defeat the beast. She does help Tom regain his memories, well, sort of. And she does a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting of her character. It doesn't seem like much, but I feel like Eleanor got more to do than Tom did in this book. That's just my opinion. When you go over Malvel, of course, he is doing what he does best, using people to get his way, like he did with Seth and Petra, and now with Beric. He's absorbing his life, but I feel like with Beric it makes the most sense because he wants to get his life back, so it's a matter of desperation. So he would take that chance to get life back by absorbing Beric's life energy. And of course Beric actually gets the most development of the characters, from turning from an evil character to a good character. I feel like if we had more time to know him as a bad guy, and then I would appreciate the start to change more. But considering I just met this guy last season, I don't really care for his character at this point. I mean, if I get more time with him, maybe. I'm just saying. But for the most part, he is the most developed character of the four. Then you've got the beast himself, SKALIX, who is probably one of the better beasts, because he's able to defeat Tom with ease, and Tom alone, I'm saying, because there are moments he breaks his legs, there are moments where he gets hit by the tail. I mean, SKALIX is a slow beast with that big whumping tail, but he still has a thick set of armor and a big powerful tail that will knock you flying. And he is evil, so his only weak spot is his eyes, it appears. Luckily, though, Tom had the shield, so that did some good. But yeah, I do like SKALIX. He's an interesting beast, very overpowering. And I do find it ironic that I only took a simple conk on the head by his own tail to actually beat him. And that whole tense moment of the portal closing, like, oh, we're stuck with SKALIX now. That was awesome. But that does get rid of Beric, though, in this book, so we are rid of Beric for now. So, unless he comes back through a portal somehow. But yeah, we'll see. But I do like the ending. I mean, it all depends if you like, oh, this ending's a funny ending, where it takes all this effort to beat this beast, when all it took was a simple conk on the head from his own tail. So, that's awkward. But yeah, guys, there it is, my little thoughts on SKALIX. I think I did enjoy this book. What was the last one called? Oh, I still love it. Yeah, well, obviously this is going to be more fun than ZULOK. It's not relying on setup, and it has the potential to tell its own adventure. There are moments of tension between Malvel, the portal, the beast. Enough there to keep me on my heels. So there it is, guys. My thoughts on SKALIX, the Snapping Horror. And next time on Beast Quest, continuing on with Series 20, is Book 3, now of course being OKIRA, the Crusher. Literally. I mean, that's odd, because normally Beast would have a title of 3 words. The, do, something, like SKALIX here. SKALIX is the Snapping Crusher. Epos is the Flame Bird, but OKIRA is just the Crusher. Okay, but yeah, that'll be it, guys, and like I said, join us next time where we do OKIRA, the Crusher. Till next time, guys, peace. Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 20, Book 3, and that of course being OKIRA, the Crusher. Very unusual title. Normally it's like 3 words for something, but this time it's just the Crusher. Nonetheless, we will be doing, as always, in-depth story analysis and my overall thoughts on this book. So further ado, let's go and begin. Tom and Eleanor were continuing on their journey. They were in a bad spot. Last book, the evil wizard Malvel had swiped the amulet of Avantia. He only needed a key from a beast to create a portal to Avantia. So now that he has the amulet, all he needs is a key from a beast to create a portal to Avantia. However, what is weird is they say in this book that he needs a key from a good beast, which is contradicting itself from the beginning of this series. You see, at the very beginning, Daltic warns our heroes that evil ghost beasts live there, but in ZULOK that's not true, because she was only trying to protect her egg. So, if there are good beasts in here, if there are good beasts in here too, why would Daltic say this is a place of evil ghost beasts when there are clearly some good ones there? Maybe he didn't know, I don't know. Anyway, they bumped into Taladon's spirit, who gave them advice to go through to the Forest of the Lost. It would lead them to Malvel's stronghold. Once our heroes got through the forest, our heroes got creeped the heck out, then got separated, and Tom was left dangling in a ghostly tree which wanted to devour him. This chapter reminds me of my youth, when I was scared of haunted forests. Oh, those were some creepy times. Tom quickly broke free, and he went off to rescue Eleanor from another ghost tree, and they came to the conclusion this might be Malvel's doing. I can see that, in case they ever planned to head to his stronghold. They met an old wizard who was trapped in a tree. He claimed that he was once the Wizard of Gorgonia, until Malvel took over. He had a good beast called OKIRA, but Malvel turned that beast to stone, leaving the wizard trapped in this tree. Tom said he would help return the wizard home. The wizard, known as Kato, agreed, but he feared it might be too late. He had been here so long, he believed he was a ghost now. Nonetheless, Tom attempted to free him from his wooden prison, should we say. Tom had some trouble freeing Kato at first, but eventually he succeeded, and they fought their way through the Forest of the Lost. Soon they came across the place known as the Dead Fortress. I gotta say, I'm happy to have another good wizard character on our side. I just hope it's not a trick, because the cover does show an evil elder on the book, so I hope it's not going where I think it is. Tom, Eleanor, and Kato observed the fortress until the drawbridge lowered itself. Kato assumed it was Malvel's doing. They entered to see 4 hound gargoyles come to life and attack our heroes. While Kato defeated 2, he stopped, explaining that Malvel was attempting to drain his powers. Tom defeated one of the hounds, sending it into the acid moat. And as for the final hound, it got so intense it was starting to break the drawbridge in the fight, because the final hound was fighting our heroes, and the fight was so intense on the drawbridge it was starting to break. I should mention Eleanor couldn't do much as her arrows were useless against these stone gargoyles. The group ran back away from the fortress, while the final hound lay near the entrance, still protecting it. Kato found another way to get in. First he used his magic to teleport himself up to the upper levels. Tom used the power of his golden boots and jumped Eleanor up there, just barely managing to make it himself. They then spotted Kato's good beast, OKIRA, the ogre. He was all chained up. Then Malvel emerged, showing the results of his restored body from the life force he had drained from Beric, Tom, and Kato. So he finds OKIRA. Kato finds OKIRA. He doesn't appear to be stone anymore from the look of it. He's all chained up, and you got Malvel now fully restored to his proper body. Kato yelled at Malvel for what he had done to him and OKIRA, but Malvel stated if he missed his beast so much, he would let him join him. Malvel used a spell to fuse Kato and OKIRA together. It seemed OKIRA was in control, and Kato was nothing more than a sad soul attached for the ride. A big fight ensued. Eleanor's arrows do harm OKIRA, but only on the level that a thorn would hurt. Soon enough, Tom realized that the chain whip OKIRA used, one of the links in that chain, had to be a key that would access a portal to Avantia, and that is what Malvel is waiting for our heroes to defeat OKIRA so he can get the key to make his return. Tom got swung back and had OKIRA prepared to lower a fist at him. So yeah, Tom got a punch in the face, and now OKIRA is going to lower another fist to finish off the job. Tom was saved by Eleanor as she shot an arrow into OKIRA's fist. Then Kato spoke out to our heroes. It was revealed he was fighting the magic, and he tossed the staff to Tom. He told Tom to aim at the part that connected them together, so Tom fired and releasing Kato back to normal. While Kato went after Malvel, Tom and Eleanor finished off OKIRA, knocking him out cold. However, Malvel had won the wizard's duel, and he sent Kato crashing down to the courtyard below. Tom and Eleanor tried to save Kato, but they were distracted. Malvel got OKIRA's token. He needed to go to Avantia, but before Malvel could use the token, OKIRA stood hard, making Malvel lose the token to Eleanor. Malvel wasn't done. He aimed a knife at Eleanor's throat for the token, otherwise he would kill her. Otherwise he would kill her to get his way. Eleanor, being a badass, just elbowed Malvel and threw the token into the acid moat, forcing Malvel into retreat. They rejoined Kato, but he refused to allow Tom to heal him, as being a ghost would be able to leave the Isle of Ghosts finally. Okay? So he's basically saying he doesn't want to be alive anymore because he wants to die so he can be at peace, and so he can leave the Isle of Ghosts. So he does that. He also mentioned there was one more beast. This beast not only had a token, but was also loyal to Malvel, which makes me wonder, why didn't Malvel just kill his servant, his loyal beast, for the token instead of going to all this trouble with OKIRA? If he has a beast that's loyal to him, he could have just killed his evil beast that's loyal to him and escaped that way when he had the amulet. He's got the amulet from the last book, SKALIX, wasn't it? Yeah, so he could have just gone to the loyal beast that's loyal to him, instead of doing all this trouble with Akira. I'm not sure why, but that's kind of stupid. Whatever. But nonetheless, Kato died, and Tom vowed to stop Malvel for what he's done. And there it is, guys, my little read of Akira the Crusher. A few scuffles here and there, but nothing too major. Now to go over my thoughts on the characters and overall thoughts on this book. So Tom, once again, Tom does get the main role here, like he does. He's trying to save. I feel like Tom's in that state where he's like, I feel bad for what Malvel has done to others, so I'm going to help out and fix what he's done and finally put a stop to it. Because he's just sick of Malvel at this point. But then again, I think we all are. You want him gone, you want him stopped, he keeps coming back, but then all the villains do. But he always comes back, the majority of the time. And now that he's taken another life at the end of this, it's another, like a hard press to Tom's chest right there, because Taladon, another character, Mark, a lot of people died to this guy, I think now. Taladon dies, Mark died, maybe only two, but more than, Malvel has some victories in his fights, and that's probably a lot of reasons why he's one of, if not the best villain in Beast Quest. And now he's taken another life with Kato. And I do like the fact that, skipping over to Kato real quick, I know Ellen is normally next, but I want to go over Kato real quick. Kato, it's nice to have a character, like, oh, Kato was originally the good wizard of Gorgonia until Malvel took over that kingdom. So I do like that connection. And I like that we finally see some so, oh, we can save this character and take him back to Gorgonia and restore it to its proper natural states, but no, kill him off. So that way it makes the tension more suspenseful and raises the stakes a bit more. I think it does good. And the fact that he has a good he has an ogre called Akira. I like that. I thought it was going to be a troll, but no, Akira is an ogre, so there's that. And I think Akira is a nice great piece there. I don't understand Malvel's planning though, when he's like, oh, I'm gonna fuse the evil ogre to the he's got like the ogre chained up, and then he fuses Kato with Akira. And I believe that's what makes them evil, but couldn't he just turn him evil anyway? Did you really need to have a guy stuck on the back of him? Because that basically tripped you up, and that's how Tom beat him, by using, talking to Kato's soul side, and that's how he got the clobber down on Akira. But whatever. Then Malvel himself, always in the winning seat, always one step ahead. He does make a few stupid mistakes, though, like what I've said with Akira, and the stuff with his evil servant at the end, and with like, he's got this other beast, but he just goes to the trouble of the Akira stuff. Couldn't he just taken the token from his loyal servant to get back to Avantia? But whatever. Nonetheless though, Eleanor as well, I feel like she got shafted again in this book, which seems to be happening a lot more often now. The majority of the time she'll get shafted for other important characters, and I feel like that's not fair. I do like it more when Tom and Eleanor beat a beast together, though. Nonetheless, though, there's my little read on Akira the Crusher. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I would say, where would I rank this book? I don't know if I ranked the other two. But just going on my rankings right now. ZULOK will be the bottom. SKALIX or Akira. I would say Akira's top for now. I know I ranted on about those little plot holes, but the stakes that are so good, I think really build it up well, so I can get over them, because I think the suspense and the tension, all the pros outweigh the cons essentially, and that's why I'm going to put it. So Akira's the highest, then SKALIX, and then ZULOK. Sure, that's in order of, they always get better and better by order, but that's just me. Anyway guys, there's my little read of Akira the Crusher. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, go subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell button right in the corner so you can stay in tune with all Beast Quest related topics on my channel, and various other content on my channel. And next time on Beast Quest, we'll be wrapping up Series 20 with Rykar the Firehound. Till next time guys, peace. Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest. Series 20, Book 4, Rykar the Firehound. Here we are with the finale of Series 20. It's been a wonderful ride, but this is it, the finale. So without hesitation and ado, we'll go into it. But like always, in-depth story analysis and my overall thoughts on this awesome adventure. So, with that being said, let's do this. Tom and Eleanor were mourning the loss of the good wizard Kato. He faded away, but before passing, he instructed our heroes to go to the Shard Mountains, where they would face Malvel and his final beast, Rykar. OKIRA led them as far as he could take them before waving a hand in farewell, when suddenly they were approached by a hooded figure. Tom and Eleanor were greeted by Mark, the apprentice of Wizard Adaro. He had been killed by Malvel a while back. His soul had come to visit them, but Eleanor was onto him. She questioned Mark about a memory of their past. When he answered Eleanor and informed him that it never happened, revealing it to be Malvel. After a scuffle, Malvel retreated, claiming if they had the courage to face him, they would come to the mountains. I do like that little trick that he plays by pretending to be Mark. Hey, like, I kill this guy and I'm going to rub him in your faces. That was a nice trick. And you can get away with doing that because he's dead, and you're in the Isle of Ghosts. Our heroes had reached the mountains and spotted a strange substance in the rock. From the look of it, they had beaten Malvel there, and for some reason, instead of the key being inside the beast, our heroes assumed this claw wedged into the mountains was the key. They assumed it to be one of the beast's claws. Taladon emerged. He proved he was the real deal, but he said he couldn't be touched by the living, otherwise he would absorb their life force and be no longer the undead, while the victim would end up a ghost, which is what Malvel has been doing. Taladon explained this action was not right, as it was a method of cheating death, one he saw unfair on others. Malvel revealed himself and summoned the final beast, Rykar, from a cave to attack our heroes. If that really is the key to Avantia, it now explains why Malvel didn't just kill his own beast and use that, as the key was jammed into the mountain, and I doubt he's capable of pulling it out with his magic, because otherwise he would have done it before, Rykar showed his incredible power. He could breathe fire so powerful it could melt the obsidian rocks. The same went with his pure strength. He could easily crush them with the right amount of pressure. Tom could handle the flames thanks to Furno's scale, but when it came to brute strength, he was overpowered. Eleanor's bow broke in the battle and Tom was forced to make a retreat, but even that did no such good. Rykar was just about to end Tom when Taladon saved his life. However, like I said earlier, by touching Tom, Taladon's life was slowly beginning to be restored, while Tom was slowly starting to have his life force fade away. Now Rykar was after Eleanor, and without her weapon she was defenseless. And don't bother asking about her arrows, they did no such damage against Rykar's thick fur, I'm afraid. So, yeah, her arrows weren't doing any damage to Rykar's thick fur. I should also mention the claw key came loose from the rock in the battle, plus the reason why Rykar is obeying Malvel is that the Dark Wizard promised him the meal of a lifetime, the Master of the Beasts. Eleanor was saved by Taladon, who now had some life energy to protect our heroes, but Tom was fearing he might lose his father again. After fending off Rykar's flame, Taladon rested to get back his strength. Malvel leapt on Rykar and activated the portal with the claw key which he picked up during all the fighting. However, Eleanor hit Malvel on the head, knocking him out, which forced Rykar to leap into the portal without his master. Taladon told our heroes to go. Tom wanted his father to go with them, but of course he refused. Of course Taladon refused, saying this is Tom's duty now, not his. So returning Tom's life energy, returning Tom's life energy, Taladon faded. So he's gone now. But before they could go on, Malvel, beaten on the ground, said this wasn't over, as our heroes leapt through the closing portal. So Malvel gives a final word, a final say, this isn't over, as our heroes go through the portal and go back home. Tom and Eleanor were back home, greeted by Storm, Tom's stallion. He had been attacked by Rykar, but he managed to escape, and then our heroes saddled up. Rykar spotted them, and the chase to the city was on. Tom tried to leap on Rykar, but he easily got knocked off. Eleanor was now riding with Storm, away from Rykar. Tom informed them to race, because Tom got knocked off, and then Eleanor is now running away from Rykar on Storm. Tom informed them to raise the bridge once she entered, so that Rykar wouldn't enter. Tom used his leg armor to give him the speed he needed to reach Rykar. Eleanor had made it to the castle before the beast, and now he was planning to enter. Tom discovered that Rykar was scared of the water, but he showed off his intellect by revealing his fire breath was so powerful it could extinguish water to nothing, basically. So yeah, Rykar's fire breath is so powerful it can extinguish water to nothing. Now he smashed through the walls and began his attack. I do like that Rykar has overcome his fear of water by passing his powers beyond their limits, because normally you expect fire to be weak to water, but he's found a way to push his powers beyond their limits, and so his fire can, put out water and turn it to nothing. That's nice. I like that. Tom went in and joined the Avantian forces. Hartman seems to pay more respect to Tom. Eleanor gets a new bow firing away, and then the fight is taking place inside. Daltek comes along and prepares a spell to increase Tom's sword, while Eleanor comes up with a plan to trap Rykar's snout with some barrel hoop restraints. And just as Tom gets his power up for his sword, Rykar breaks free and fires his breath. I should also mention that we learn that Rykar is immune to fire, but as a firehound you kind of expect that. Tom used his powered up sword to absorb the flames, and after one more scuffle, Rykar pins down Tom. But Tom, refusing to let this be his end, just stabbed him in the neck. Just stabbed Rykar in the neck, turning Rykar entirely to ice. The ice sculpture shattered on Tom, and soon enough our heroes dug him out. After a brief celebration, Captain Hartman informed them they had captured Beric, but when they went to his cell, the cell wall was empty. The cell was empty, and the words, "I told you it was not over," the words, "I told you it was not the end," were written on the cell wall. Adro came to the conclusion that Beric had been bewitched by Malvel's magic. The sorcerer had found a way back in Beric's body. Dun dun dun! Oh, I like that. That's a nice twist at the end. But all of this is just an assumption by Adro. Of course, Adro is still ticked off that they went to the Isle of Ghosts, but nonetheless, it's what Talladon would do. Other than that, though, I had a few scuffles here, but there it is, guys. My little analysis of Rykar the Firehound. I had a few scuffles here and there, but nothing too major, I see. Let's go over the characters real quick. Tom, this is once again another book focused on Tom, with his strong connection with his father, then him facing his one of, if not his greatest enemies, Malvel. You think you've beaten him, and then at the end, no you haven't. He's found another way to get back. The fight with Rykar was a bit more impactful for Tom. And yes, this is another beast where Eleanor doesn't do much, where she's in the background and it's more on Tom doing it. And I don't really like that. I've always preferred when our heroes work together to beat a beast. But that's just my opinion. Other than that, though, moving on to Eleanor, she gets shafted this book. All her arrows are useless to it. The only thing, I can't really think of many things she did. She was basically she was more shafted and more of the damsel in distress. The only thing she did was ride Storm into... The only thing I can think of really any relevancy is that she rode in Storm into the castle in time before Rykar did, so that's credit. Storm being back for the finale, I do like. Then you got Malvel, and that's a nice twist, There's one more scuffle with him. He's got his body back, he's about to go in. I do like that he goes into the portal halfway through the fight with the beast instead of focusing on Tom all the time. Think of the bigger picture. But now I'm assuming this is true. If he has taken over Beric's body, which of course it looks like he might have, but it could have been just Beric just escaping from the cell. But if it is Malvel and he's back, that is awesome. Malvel in Beric's body, because Malvel's body is old. Using Beric's body, that would be a more... Sure, it's not as experienced with the magic as Malvol's is, but I'm sure he can adapt to the body and make it work for him. So hopefully we'll see something good come out of Series 21. Hopefully. The other characters, Downtake and Adder, I'm not really going to go for because they're just side characters. Taladon, I do like that Taladon comes back for one more action sequence by absorbing Tom's life force and to save him. I do like those touching moments again. Awesome book. Would I say it's better than Akira? I would put on ties with Akira. So yeah, if I did a tie with the other two books, I really don't remember, but I remember my order. ZULOK's the worst. Then I said SKALIX tied with Akira, did I? If I didn't, no, I remember now. It was ZULOK, then SKALIX, then Akira, and Akira tied with Rykar at the top. I believe that's how it went. But yeah, there it is, guys. My little thoughts on Rykar the Firehound. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, go, subscribe, that good stuff. Hit the notification bell button right in the corner so you can stay tuned for all Beast Quest related topics on my channel and various other contents that are on there. And next time on Beast Quest, we'll be scrolling on to Series 21, The Sorcerer's Revenge. I do like that little twist there, because you didn't think Malvel would be in Series 20. I didn't think he'd be in Series 20, because the Series 21 is called The Sorcerer's Revenge. That was a nice twist too. But yeah, Series 21, The Sorcerer's Revenge is next. And next time we'll be starting off with the Four of the Beasts, known as Grimon, the Biting Horror. Till next time, guys. Peace.